no, not the sauce, but on like a boiling broth of pot. Alright, so what is hot pot? Basically, it's like the name, so there's a big pot with boiling broth inside, and it's right in the middle of the table, and then there are all these frozen foods right next to it. We put them on the table, and then you just dunk in whatever you want into the broth, and then you cook it, and then it's yummy because it takes on basically the flavor of whatever broth it's in. I think that I've looked this up before because someone asked me, but I think hot pot originated from Mongolia. So we're gonna go through the different things that you would put in your pot, and I'm gonna kind of give you the starter pack because, like I said, it's quarantine mode. I don't have a lot of stuff, but we did go shopping yesterday, so I have a lot of fresh food, and that's why we're doing hot pot today. So first category, protein. The choice of meat is beef. Sliced beef like this. And I've always gotten it like this, but I guess if you don't have sliced hot pot beef prepared, then you can buy your own beef and then slice it yourself. But this is what we have. Some people also do lamb slices or pork slices, but I really just like the beef. Obviously, as well, if you like seafood, you can have a whole seafood hot pot, but we're not doing that today. What other meats do we have? That's all we have. This is kind of a bonus because I bought it for some reason. This is fishbowl, and I just bought it because I thought maybe I could give my face some nutritional benefits. I don't know. Our second category is vegetables. So for us, we like to use corn, gnocchi mushroom. My roommate really likes it. I don't really like it because I have gaps in my teeth and it kind of gets stuck everywhere, so I don't really eat the mushroom. I like oyster mushrooms, but we didn't get that today. And then we have choy, which is our vegetables. Usually we like to use cabbage or Indian lettuce or lettuce. We don't normally use gailan or choy sum in a hot pot. I don't know why. So today we have Chinese lettuce and then Chinese cabbage. Alright, and then our third category is processed stuff. So what I mean by that is we really like the dumplings, the fish bowls, etc. So we have dumplings. We've got an assortment of bowls. We have fish bowls, deep fried fish bowls, more deep fried fish bowls, and golden triangular fish bowls. So those are all the fish bowls and processed stuff that we'll be eating, along with fresh bean curd sheet, which I like. And then our last category is carbs. So my #1 favorite carb to put into the hot pot is actually fancy, and that's like a glass bean noodle, which I depleted very early on in our quarantine, so I don't have any of that. But we have udon, and that's my second favorite. I like to get frozen udon because I find frozen udon to be more chewy and al dente. I also have Korean rice cakes because it was just in my fridge. If I get food poisoning, you'll know the culprit because I don't know how long it's been in my fridge for. Other people also like to put in instant noodles. The only thing is instant noodles make the broth really oily, so usually what it is if you're eating with a group, you wait until everybody finishes and then you put the instant noodles at the end, or else no one else can like put anything else in the broth because it's so oily. So instant noodles, we're not going to be using that today. We are just going to be using the udon and the rice cakes. Oh, and then I forgot in my protein category, and I guess maybe like vegetarian protein, is tofu. But funny enough, I don't like fresh tofu in my hot pot. I actually like frozen tofu. So what I mean by that is that I'm going to take it out of the packaging, and then I'm going to slice it. I'm going to put a Ziploc bag on my plate. I'm gonna put all the tofu slices flat like this on the plate, and then I'm gonna stick it in the freezer until it freezes. And then afterwards, the consistency and texture is really spongy like, and it's really good to catch all the sauce and the broth in. And I really like frozen tofu for hot pot, and those are all the things. So I think what I'll do is in the information box, I'll just give you a starter pack of all the ingredients that you should get, like the dumplings and the beef and stuff, and then anything that I've gotten that I don't feel like are essentials, then I can just leave out or put as optional for you to know exactly what you should get. And then we're gonna talk about the broth. So usually we get pre-packaged broth. This one's the soup base for a pork bone hot pot. And this one is for Sichuan Mala hot pot. In Cantonese style hot pots, there's something called yin yang, which means half and half. That just means that your pot is divided in two and there's two different broths. One is usually clear soup and the other is satay soup. We were gonna make a satay soup from scratch. The only thing is we couldn't find the satay sauce that you need to make it at the supermarket, and so we're just gonna do the clear broth. Well, let's do it from scratch. I've never done it from scratch before. So we're going to use gaizeng, which is a chicken stock, and then I'm going to chop an onion into it with daikon radish, tomato, and carrot, and some of the corn that we had earlier, and a little bit of cabbage. And then I'm just gonna let that boil, simmer for 10-15 minutes, and that's gonna be our stock that we're gonna be using. That's not really a recipe, and I wouldn't recommend you to follow it because I've never done it before, so maybe just use the prepackaged stuff. Okay, let's get preparing. Okay, I'm finished filming. You can help me prepare now. We've got the dumplings, the udon, veg, beef, mushroom, processed stuff, rice cakes, fish maw, bean curd, and then our broth. Yay, it's time to eat. Now we're gonna go through the sauces. So the sauces is something that you do at the table when you're ready to eat because everybody does their sauces a little differently. The base for Cantonese style hot pot is soy sauce. Then you put in cilantro, spring onion, garlic, all these good things. We don't have any of that stuff. All we have is chili peppers here. And then we also have, I like to put in a little bit of black vinegar, which we have right here. And then my roommate wants a little bit of chili oil right here. So we're gonna mix our sauces. Can we also talk about our beverages? What do you usually drink during hot pot?
Beer.
So during hot pot, you usually drink beer, or if you don't drink alcohol, people like to drink sugarcane juice or anything that will cool down your qi, like herbal cooling teas, like Wang Rou Gut, and what's the other one to Wang Rou Gut? Jia Duo Bao, Jia Duo Bao, stuff like that. And today we have the Corona beer, and the reason why is because you told me that they stopped the production of Corona beer. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand, besides having the same name to the coronavirus, I don't understand why people wouldn't drink Corona beer. So we're gonna try to help them out, and we're drinking Corona beer today. Cheers. How can you tell when things are cooked?
Well, the beef changes color.
Okay, wait. So general guidelines to when you know something is cooked. This is kind of my way, but either it floats, it changes colors, or it shrivels up, or it opens up, correct? So what I mean by that is when things float, like the dumplings will float when it's ready, the fish balls will float when it's ready, the beef will change color from red to like a dark brown when it's done, and so will seafood. So shrimp will change from a gray to a red, and clams will open up when it's done, and then things shrivel up. Like, you know, beef tripe will shrivel up when it's done, and also razor clams also will shrivel up a little when it's done. So those are kind of the guidelines. If you don't really know, then I think just put it in for a little bit longer than necessary. Sometimes it becomes really rubbery and tough, but you know, it's trial and error. You'll know soon afterwards what you like, what you don't like. Hot pot is not really a science. It's not like baking. It's more like whatever you want. Some people like to put this in first, some people like to put that in first. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so that's kind of our hot pot. We're gonna get cracking on the eating. If you like this, too messy.
I put Joe like Cho instead of Xiao.
Here, let me have it. 係咪好酸啊? Okay, don't make that mistake. She put vinegar instead of soy sauce as her base, and now you don't need to get a new bowl. You're being so dramatic.
Where's my Xiao?
So if you like this video, then please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be thinking about things to do for the 5,000 subscriber challenge video. I hope you enjoyed. The list for the things that you should be getting once again will be in the info bar, and if you're interested in food tours in Hong Kong, it will also be linked in the info bar. So what's the weather like in Hong Kong? Well, it's humid with a chance of fish balls. Till next time, Jaggy!